Welcome back to the channel, my freedom loving 2A supporting patriots, for another Sunday Thoughts episode. So I was just getting ready to record what my Sunday Thoughts were going to be for this week, and then I saw the Armed Scholar drop a video, as well as Jared over at Guns and Gadgets, and I'll go ahead and leave links down the description box for both of their videos. And they did videos on a letter that came out from the White House today. So I'm going to go ahead and read that letter to you guys real quick here, and then I'll leave a link for it down in the description box as well. And we'll kind of go over some of my thoughts on it, and I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on it as well. So, statement by the President 3 years after the Parkland shooting. 3 years ago today, a lone gunman took the lives of 14 students and 3 educators at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Hill School in Parkland, Florida. In seconds, the lives of dozens of families and the lives of an American community were changed forever. For 3 years now, the Parkland families have spent birthdays and holidays without their loved ones. They've missed out on the experience of sending their children off to college or seeing them on their first job after high school. Like far too many families, they've had to bury pieces of their soul deep within the earth. Like far too many families, and indeed, like our nation, they've been left to wonder whether things would ever be okay. These families are not alone. In big cities and small towns, in schools and shopping malls, in churches, mosques, synagogues and temples, in movie theaters and concert halls, on city street corners that will never get a mention on the evening news, all across our nation, parents, spouses, children, siblings, and friends have known the pain of losing a loved one to gun violence. And in this season of so much loss, last year's historic increase in homicides across America, including the gun violence disproportionately devastating black and brown individuals in our cities, has added to the number of empty seats at our kitchen tables. Today, as we mourn with the Parkland community, we mourn for all who have lost loved ones to gun violence. Over these 3 years, the Parkland families have taught us all something profound. Time and again, they have showed us how we can turn our grief into purpose, to march, organize, and build a strong, inclusive, and durable movement for change. The Parkland students and so many other young people across the country who have experienced gun violence are carrying forward the history of the American journey. It is a history written by young people in each generation who challenged prevailing dogma to demand a simple truth: we can do better, and we will. This administration will not wait for the next mass shooting to heed that call. We will take action to end our epidemic of gun violence and make our schools and communities safer. Today I am calling on Congress to enact common-sense gun law reforms, including requiring background checks on all gun sales, banning assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, and eliminating immunity for gun manufacturers who knowingly put weapons of war on our streets. We owe it to all those we've lost, and to all those left behind to grieve to make a change. The time to act is now. So that was posted on the White House page today, and I think as the gun community, we can all certainly grieve and mourn whenever we have any of these mass shootings. Personally, being in Colorado myself, I live real close to where the Century 16 shooting happened. That's still the theater our family visits to when we go to watch movies. I was in high school here in Aurora when the Columbine shooting happened, so I mean, I've been around it, so to speak, and it's always horrific. They want to ban, assault weapons and high capacity mags, and that's just not going to do anything. Criminals don't obey the law. All you're going to be doing is affecting law-abiding citizens such as myself and you guys by that. If we're not allowed to purchase these weapons, or if we're going to have them confiscated, criminals don't obey the law for a reason. They're still going to be criminals. They're still going to do what they want to do. So all they're doing is making us more defenseless. And the biggest part of this whole statement is, to me, is saying they want to remove the immunity from gun manufacturers. So without that immunity that they have to protect them from when people misuse their products, they're going to be sued out of existence in no time flat. I mean, you just like go to a lot of these inner cities and, you know, gangbangers and people just, you know, gang members killing each other left and right. And every time one of them does that and there's a weapon recovered, then the other family is going to be suing that manufacturer, and these manufacturers are going to go under in no time flat. This is extremely dangerous, what they're saying here. This video is not to fearmonger by any means, but it's to make everyone aware of what their plans are, what their agenda is. We all have to do our part in fighting together to oppose any of this legislation that's going to be coming through. Make sure to write your Congress members, you know, whoever you can write, basically, who has a vote in this stuff. Make sure you're writing them. Call them if you can. Even set up in-person appointments if that's at all possible. And just gotta let them know that, you know, you oppose this stuff. That criminals are still going to be criminals no matter what legislation they pass. You know, murder is illegal, yet it still happens all the time. You can't control people's hearts and minds. They're still going to do whatever they want to do. So all you're doing is making those of us who are law-abiding more defenseless, basically. So that's all I got, you guys. It's gonna be coming hot and heavy like we all expected it would. So let me know what you guys think below. Otherwise, that's all I got for this Sunday Thoughts, you guys. Stay safe, be vigilant. Thanks for watching, and God bless.